Hello and welcome to another SSJ review. Now, Unicron. He's a kind of a weird character. The toys are been more unusual than the characters themselves, which has been highly debatable. The first Unicron toy or toys made in G1 never came out, never existed, just prototype stage, and for whatever reason just ceased to ever come out. Beast Wars Neo had another version of Unicron, wicked looking, just awesome. Never existed, never came out. Then Armada came along, and then the great unleash of Unicron toys came out in the Supreme class, just delicious Unicron toy, and was repainted in Energon as black. And then comes Cybertron. This is the Deluxe class Cybertron Unicron figure, which is just so bizarre. I don't know where to even start with this goofy little thing. It's some sort of it looks like it's meant to be a hybrid between a battle tank and his traditional planetary form with some of the pinchers and just circular designs. But it also kind of has like this turret that kind of looks like the Beast Machine's Tankor cannon. It has like monster truck wheels in the back. And overall, it is just extremely weird. And it has a cockpit in it, so something is supposed to pilot it at some point. So yeah, it is very, very odd. But thankfully they have at least unleashed one other Unicron figure since, in which I did mention. That is from the Arms Micro line, which is exclusive to Japan. But I gotta say, this tank mode is still better than whatever the hell that thing was supposed to turn into. But yeah. It does have some tank treads on the bottom, in the front as well with the wheels. No real rolling gimmick, and thing barely rolls as well because the wheels don't seem to hardly touch at all. There's just too many plastic bits that are just hanging about. Everything seems to come unpegged very, very easily. And the overall just look is just so weird. But it is what it is. They're trying to come up with what they can to convert a deluxe class Unicron figure, a planet-sized Unicron, into a deluxe class figure, and it would be really awkward to have it be a tank. But it's okay. If you weren't to think of it as Unicron, but more to think of it as like a Cybertronian tank, then it works a little bit better. But you can definitely see some of the more Unicron bits in there. But I do gotta say, it is kind of neat how the hinge that the head goes into has like this little cavern in it. It kind of looks like it could hold a spark crystal, but it looked like it could have been an abandoned gimmick. So yeah. These spiky bits here do come off, and I do have them arranged kind of funny, but kind of asymmetrical, but they are more or less useless. They just kind of give it that more G1 Unicron look, but overall it's not too terrible. I've definitely seen more half-assed attempts at Cybertronian modes, but yeah, it's for what it is. It's not too awful. Alright, to start the transformation is fairly straightforward. You can see that the legs are pegged onto the sides here, and you can just fold them down, and this crotch piece will unpeg. You can turn it around. Go ahead and straighten out the legs. You can leave these plastic bits on or off, but I prefer to leave them on just because I don't really feel like futzing around with them. Oh. And they come off anyway because the pegs on them are so short. There you go. And then go around here, fold this piece down and up, and just bring the shoulders around, and they will kind of slide into place here. Turn the shoulders around. Do the same thing on this side. And then kind of nifty little hand reveal there. Here you bring down this whole section here. Bring that back up and fold the little claw back up. Do the same thing for this side. And then bring the torso piece up like this. Fold this down to kind of cover that up. And simply just bring the head down and turn it around. And there you go. You have Unicron in robot mode. The robot mode here for Unicron is really where this toy starts to shine. Obviously you can see some of the G1/Armada tributes here, especially in the shoulders, the legs, and the overall just shape of the head. But if you look closely in the face, it definitely has like a really close comic bludgeon skeletal look to it, which is really cool. And there's been actually, I think this figure has been customized several times to be kind of like a Cybertron bludgeon. But overall, it is very cool. It's about average on the paint apps. The face could have used a little bit of a different tone of gray or silver, or just something different, just to bring out the more skeletal look. But it's kind of cool that he has the red eyes with kind of a purple visor above them too. Really interesting. He still has his classic beard. And overall, it's a really decent looking Deluxe. As far as articulation goes, his head has a swivel, and due to transformation, you can lift up on it too when you zoom out. And bring the camera down. His shoulders are just on a standard swivel, but they go in and out too. Just 90-degree movement at the elbow, and no movement in the wrist. Hip has a joint. The waist has a joint. I mean, hip has a ball joint, and the knees have a little bit of something going on here. And these things don't peg on any way that I can see fit, because, or else they're just kind of really annoying. Actually, I forgot they do peg into these little tiny things there. Whoopsies. There is a little bit of foot articulation, but also just due to these pieces here, they just kind of get in the way. As you see, I did actually take out the spikes, and you can form this kind of gauntlet weapon. You do that by attaching this longer one to the top, like so, and take the shorter one and go in through the bottom, and there you go. Kind of creates this cool little thing. And be it a Cybertron toy, it does come with a Cyberplanet key with the Decepticon symbol, which is kind of weird. You'd think it'd have his own faction, but when you push it in, is a little mouth chest moves to reveal sort of a 3-cannon barrel type thing, which is really cool. You cannot see that because that was way out of focus. We do that one more time. Focus in on that. There you go. Although the one on the left seems to be kind of lazy there. Yeah, overall it's still a pretty fun Deluxe, and just definitely kind of the odd one in the, if you have a Unicron shelf, this would definitely be the odd one out. But every little collection shelf needs to have the little red-headed stepchild, and for your Unicron collectors out there, this one would be definitely the red-headed stepchild of your Unicron collection, but it's also kind of a guilty pleasure because it's actually not too bad of a toy overall. Definitely recommend picking this one up. Until next time, thank you for watching.